3, 2, 1, go. Let's start this off, people. Word power made easy. La la la. Session number 42. This one's probably the easiest one in this chapter 15. I guess it is literally the start of chapter 15. Let's start this episode right now. Firstly, I have to start talking about the complete exhaustion word. This is ineverate. An ineverate person is a person who's literally been exhausted all the way to the point of they're like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and, oh my goodness sake, I'm so tired because they just did an activity for so long. Next up, we have to talk about a tongue-lashing word. Castigate. You remember me using this word when I used the cards. And this is also really interesting too, because tongue lashing actually means you're like the annoyed guy. You're like 70 miles on you're going 70 miles per hour on a 55 mile per hour limit road, and the police officer comes over and he literally asks, and he is so polite, he's so kind, he's caring. He even says the word please. However, you're very annoyed and there's literally no one else on the highway. And so you're all like, hey, you know what, dude? I'm not a criminal. Dude, you just wasted your time. Just go fight a criminal or something. You're wasting your time on me. Sir, you're breaking the law. Dude! And then you just castigate him, you annoy him, you literally scar him, and then he is, of course, his reaction bad, and you, of course, look morosely at the traffic ticket that you've seen. Next up, you have altruistic. Altruistic is the word is self-abnegate, and this is pretty much a bunch of moms in the world now. A bunch of moms, well, not a bunch of them, but some of them actually go ahead and do this. They're selfless and they're very self-sacrificing. Their husbands or their father, their mothers, and their kids, their needs and wants and priorities are number one, more than her. So, she would give anything to her husband. If she can give something to her husband and kids, then she would, even if it means that even if it means taking away all her needs. Like, she would give everything, heaps of food to her husband and her kids, while she literally has nothing. And of course, her kids are concerned, but she says, "Don't worry about me. I'll eat something later." And she does not. Sounds like someone I know. Thank you, Mom. And the fourth one is the no joje de vrai. I definitely butchered that. This basically is to vegetate, and this basically means you live on the same routine every day. You're like, wake up and you're like, I just wasted 5 years. I ate the same tuna casserole every year. I clicked the same pen every year. I wrote the same essay every year, sort of. I wore the same glasses every year. I did the same routine every year. I had the same breakfast every year. I had the same work every year for 5 years. Maybe it's time for something new, but then again, every time I try something new, then I'll lose a steady job. So yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and do this, because these thoughts, as I've learned, will not help at all. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Next up, we have recapitulate, and this is basically a person who recapitulates. Basically, is the person who summarizes a lot. If that's person really good, because they summarize a lot too. Next up, we have pretense, and this is where we get the word simulate. Now, simulate is really interesting, because simulating something is just like you're faking it. But unlike simulations, simulate is just like you're simulating a smile. That just means you're faking a smile sometimes. Or if you're like doing that, you're like. Well, also, sometimes when you simulate a literal situation, like, I'm simulating me fighting a dragon with this magic pen. Wait, what does this pen do? Ah! Click it! Turns into a mighty sword. Ding, ding, ding. Wow. Slash, 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 slash. That's pretty much every game is a simulation. Chess, Jenga, MC, Blocks.io, Crazy Games, all those, they're all simulations technically. Next up, we have slight hint. Now, this is where we get the word intimate. And intimate basically means you're, like, very vague. Some hints, but no promises. You're like, let's say you're an offer, and then you're talking to your editor, and your editor is intimating, not intimidating. It's intimating. And she just keeps saying this. She's all like, hey, you know what? Hey, if we just give you a bunch of fun, then I guess we could sell a few copies. If we got you on this talk show, we would sell a few copies. If we put you on this newspaper, we'd get some viewers. No promises though. Just suggestions, no promises, as far as I can see. Next up, we have to talk about alleviate. Alleviate basically means you're just helping someone. Bruh. Next up, we have commiserate. Now, a commiserate person is a person who's literally, like, looking at someone and, like, has no empathy. Like, they killed a person and they're like, who cares? I'm not him. Wow, that's so low empathy. Next up, we have facilitate. This basically means unable to decide. You're like unable to decide whether this is working or this is not working. You're like, let's say you're a girl and you're supposed to marry, and you've been proposed by two people. Like, let's just call them George and Justin. George loves you very deeply, and he literally has a bunch of very good moral excitement too. While John basically means a bunch of excitement, and also additionally very good or very stable life. However, if you go ahead and marry Justin, then you're like, wait a second, George actually likes me. Maybe it's George, and you keep switching back and forth. George, no, Justin. But George, no, Justin. No, George, no, Justin. No, George, no, Justin. No, George, no, Justin. No, George, no, Justin. Like that. And you keep going from the pendulum. This kind of thing is called vacillating. Vacillating. You're unable to decide. And that's pretty much it. So hopefully you guys actually enjoyed this episode. I really hope you guys actually did. And I really hope to see you guys soon. Until next time, Schneid out. Peace. Bye-bye.